let's jump right into this explainer. Look, if you own a home here in San Diego, your pool is probably one of your absolute greatest assets, right? But let's be real, it can also be a massive source of stress. Today, we're unpacking exactly how Splush Pro Pools operates, and we're going to see how their infrastructure is custom-built to handle the very specific needs of Southern California homeowners. So let me ask you a quick question. Are you currently dealing with the daily grind of pool ownership? It's such a common story. You buy a house with this gorgeous backyard oasis, and suddenly you're spending your entire weekend testing water chemistry, fighting off algae blooms, or trying to figure out why your pump is making that awful grinding noise. You just need a dependable, local solution that completely takes the guesswork out of the equation. Because let's face it, finding someone reliable who actually shows up when they say they will, that's half the battle right there. Now, think about this number for a second. 67. That represents the sheer, incredible scale of their operation. We're talking 67 distinct cities and neighborhoods covered all across San Diego County. When a company has a logistical footprint this massive, it tells you something really important. You aren't dealing with a one-person operation that might, struggle to track down replacement parts. You're looking at a company with the routing, the fleet, and the hard infrastructure to support a massive geographic area without ever missing a beat. But hey, scale doesn't really mean much without capability, does it? That brings us to 13. 13 comprehensive, distinct pool services designed to handle absolutely any aquatic need you could possibly run into. They aren't out there just skimming leaves off the surface. This is a full-stack service provider. Let's actually break down how they categorize these services, because for you as a homeowner, it's incredibly practical to know exactly who to call and for what. When you look at their offerings, there's a really clear split. First, you've got your everyday preventative upkeep, stuff like weekly cleaning, dedicated filter service, and tile cleaning to really protect your investment long term. But then you have their heavy-duty problem-solving interventions, and this is absolutely crucial. Say your pool turns into a literal swamp after heavy rain. Well, they deploy a specific green pool recovery service. Mysteriously losing water? They handle specialized leak detection. And if your pool is just showing its age, they even manage full resurfacing. You don't have to go out and hire a maintenance guy and then a completely separate repair contractor. They manage both extremes perfectly. We should definitely also highlight that they go way beyond standard backyard chlorine pools. If you've been itching to upgrade your system, they perform saltwater conversions, which, by the way, are incredibly popular right now for skin health and just overall easier maintenance. Plus, they handle brand new equipment installations, dedicated spa and hot tub maintenance, and even fountain service. Oh, and if you happen to manage a property or an HOA, they've got a dedicated commercial pool repair division too. It's a seriously robust lineup. Okay, so the big question, when can they actually do all this? They operate Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. straight through to 6 p.m. For a busy homeowner, this is exactly what you want to hear. Having a 6-day-a-week operation with early morning and evening availability means you don't have to burn your PTO or take time off work just to meet the pool technician. The whole thing is structured entirely around your convenience. But it's one thing to be open on a Saturday. It's another thing entirely to promise that emergency service is literally always a phone call away, day or night. Picture this. A pipe bursts and starts flooding your yard at 2 a.m. on a Sunday. Or your main pump catastrophically fails right before you're about to host a massive summer barbecue. Standard business hours? They don't help you there. Having 24/7 emergency availability provides some serious peace of mind. So, having thoroughly covered what they do and exactly when they do it, let's shift gears for a second. Let's talk about where they do it. With 67 cities on their roster, it's highly, highly likely you fall within their boundaries. But let's break down how they actually organize this massive county. Splash Pro effectively divides their massive coverage area into 4 distinct geographical zones: Coastal, North County, South Bay, and East County. By organizing their technicians this way, they ensure that the routing is incredibly efficient and that no neighborhood gets left high and dry. You essentially get the backing and reliability of a massive countywide company, but with technicians who are hyper-focused on your specific region. Let's take a quick tour through this, starting with the Coastal and South Bay regions. On the coastal side, they are covering everything from Oceanside and Carlsbad right down through La Jolla, Pacific Beach, and Coronado. And for the South Bay, they're out there servicing Chula Vista, National City, Bonita, all the way down to San Ysidro. Basically, if you can step outside and feel the ocean breeze, or you live anywhere in the southern metro area, you are definitely on their route. Then we head inland to look at their extensive reach across North and East County. And let's be honest, this is where the temperatures really spike in the summer, making pool maintenance absolutely non-negotiable. Up in North County, they're in San Marcos, Escondido, Poway, stretching all the way up to Fallbrook and Valley Center. Out in East County, they cover El Cajon, La Mesa, Santee, Lakeside, all the way out to Granite Hills and Casa de Oro. They aren't just hugging the densely populated coastline, they are fully reaching the inland communities where having a backyard pool is practically a way of life. And that really perfectly summarizes their footprint, from the very northern edges of Fallbrook down to the southern border, and from the coastal waves all the way to the eastern foothills. Splash Pro Pools has the scale, the structure, and the local infrastructure to serve all of San Diego County comprehensively. They've mapped out a logistical network that is purely designed to ensure total coverage. So, what is the real practical takeaway for you today? If you're just exhausted from wrestling with pool chemicals or staring at broken equipment, their dispatch is available right now at 760-642-1256. Whether you want to set up a routine weekly cleaning so you literally never have to think about it again, or you need to get a quote on resurfacing an older pool, that is your direct line to access this entire local network. I want to leave you with this final thought. Your pool is supposed to be a place of relaxation. It shouldn't be a part-time job. With the provider offering 13 highly specialized services across 67 local cities, working 6 days a week, plus 24/7 emergency response, are you finally ready to let the experts handle your pool? Just imagine how much easier your life and honestly your weekends could be if you just made that call. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and here's to a completely stress-free swim season.